The second game we want to look at is Friday night, Geelong versus the Brisbane Lions. What a beauty. We saw Fagan and Chris Scott go at it a number of years ago. But I want to take a look at this record, what the Fortress, Ross. And I know you're puffing your chest out because you've had a couple of those victories. They've had 11 losses.
One of them a final, by the way.
Yeah, and that was one of the great wins that was in a final. But 84% win rate, it must be quite daunting.
Very difficult ground. Very difficult ground. It's narrow. You need to play the members' side because you can get lost on the far side. If you go to the top wing, it's like coming through the corridor. The Geelong players know that. But they're assertive. We'll have a look here.
You thought it was season defining. No, you thought it was season defining what they did in the last quarter last week.
So, good read line. I think it lit their fuse. They're getting written off, but they had Stewart injured. He was back dominant. They had Duncan kick that critical goal in the third. And they've got some good players out. Grime Myers in the twos, Narkle in the twos, Rowan injured. I think it's lit their season, and they're going to be hard to stop from here. All
right, so a bit of a coaching course for some clubs out there now, all right? I want to talk about how to defend, and I don't think Collingwood defended very well in the last quarter versus, obviously, Hawkins and Jeremy Cameron.
Well, we talk about systems of defence, and modern defence is assertive, and it gradually gets more and more aggressive, but it needs pressure. DeGoey, great chase and tangle, gets a fingernail in. If he doesn't, it's over the top, Cameron's running on. A ball side, assertive defender, reads the cues, comes back to the ball. Geelong defender thinks it's over the top. Cameron's like, but that's because of the pressure. Here, a dump kick. If we stop it here, he's playing 5, 6, 7 metres up in front. Two defenders there. But if the pressure's not on and they walk it out, it's easy goal. So it's all predicated on pressure.
All right, so Ross, so that's when pressure was on for Collingwood. Now the momentum has switched towards Geelong, and this is still where Jack Madgen is standing.
Yeah, and I just think he overplayed. We love what Moore's assertive, and he's been turned around, but he's close enough to come forward or find his man. Whereas Madgen, if you watch this unfold, Moore ends up going, but there's no pressure. They're going to be shoulders out, grass in front. But Moore gets he's defending too. Madgen's that far up in front. He can't defend. And here's a really good example of he needs to learn off Moore.
Ross, we're going to show you Moore first,
Yeah, so it's in congestion. It's been a turnover. So he's ball watching, but he's got awareness of Cameron. That's assertive. That's ball side. So he's defending all the space he comes into. But as it unfolds, he can make ground back and be in a position to defend.
So look how close he is, Ross, compared to Madgen.
Have a look at the gap. It comes out. At that point, he's got back to him because he's close enough to get back. He can defend. He can defend. So let it unfold. But Cameron, and we'll have another look at Madgen, nowhere in the picture.
So Moore plays it perfectly. Now, Jack Madgen still, he's not assessing, he's not closing the gap.
Let's have a look. He had a look. Maybe thinking Quain, but Quain is a runner. He beat them. Cameron beat them. So close the gap, and then if you need to find some body, you can get and defend. But he just needs to tweak and learn off Moore. Look at Moore, but he makes a decision to go back. He's just ball watching. Worst defensive error, and he's not even in the screen. It's unacceptable.
And he's not alone, Jack Madgen. It's happening across the whole competition, I think, with how assertive some guys aren't adjusting to the momentum switching.
I think, it's momentum, but defensive systems are going to have to tweak because the stand rule has brought the runners in behind and the ball's getting there quick. And they haven't got the support coming. They're getting caught out.
Do you like Geelong in this one?
I'm really on Geelong.
Yeah. I think Brisbane will give it a good shake, but I'm with Geelong as well. The last one we want to look at is this one. Wouldn't have picked this as a blockbuster a few weeks ago, but what a great game it's going to be. Hawthorn and St Kilda. And we talk about the air versus the ground level players. So Max King, he lit up Marvel Stadium, didn't he, with what he did, and it was one of the great quarters. Could have kicked 6 or 7 in a quarter. They had no answer for him when Grimes went off.
Yeah, right. He had 7 shots on goal and he was marking everything. Nothing fuels a midfield like a power forward coming at the ball. And I commentated on this game and it took me out of my seat. But the risk is you can catch it, but can you run?
All right, so we saw Hawthorn turn it around against Carlton. When they were marking at Carlton, they were on fire. Once they stopped marking the ball, this is what happened. And that's what they've got to deal with if King can't mark it.
Particularly in Q4. The key forwards are going to be fatigued. The small forwards, and Carlton small forwards got fatigued. Got it to ground, they ran it out. They couldn't put the pressure on. So it's going to be aerial dominance. Hawthorn bring it to ground, look out.
I like the Saints in this one. What about you, Ross?
Look, they've shown great resilience. Whoever gets on top of the midfield, I think Gresham's given them another dimension of quick leads. Look, at the end of the day, I'm a Saints man. Deep down, so the Saints.